Okay, so today what we're gonna do is basically wash and show you the GT500. I thought I'd do 2 videos in one. Basically, I'm gonna wash it and show you everything that's done to the car. No, this is not a head-mounted camera. It's on my chest because head-mounted cameras are gay. And what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna clean it with a hoseless wash from AMMO NYC. Those of you that follow Larry, you know, give him a follow. He does really nice tutorials and has really good products. So I bought his hoseless sprayer and frothy, and I think it's like a finishing. Where's that finishing stuff? Oh man, it's like the other.
I thought it was in there.
Is it? Yeah. And this guy, hydrate. So we're gonna use frothy and hydrate. Frothy, which is super concentrated, hydrate, which is like a goop that goes on after the paint. I thought it was kind of fun to see how it all works. So I'm gonna go through the process and I'll show you any scratches or anything for anyone that's interested in buying the GT500. If there's any scratches or imperfections, you'll see them. I'm not trying to hide them, you know, so hopefully I'll do 2 videos in one and get started on it. So I already put the right amount of water in here. Pump it up, actually shake it a little bit. Make sure I get the right camera angle. And I'm gonna just do a panel at a time. According to them, they want you to do just a panel at a time. So let's see what the deal is. Oh wow, okay. So the stuff is super concentrated. I'm waiting for the guys that say, you're doing it all wrong, Alex. Your technique is all wrong. It is what it is. People love this shit, this tight shot of like a logo. So stupid, but it's what the people like, so. What's he doing?
Huh?
What's he doing?
The headlight is a headlight, the brake pads are the same, but one has an engine that can blow up at any moment.
It's like jizz. They said an up and down motion, not the application, but the wiping. It might be too much, and I understand, guys. If you're watching this video and you're going, "Oh my God, Alex is using too much," guys, first time, relax. Okay, it's almost like a coating. Yeah, look at that, dries. Okay. There's another part of the towel. So they said you could do this wet too, which I'm kind of confused about, but whatever. for lack of a better word, think of it as like the clear coat being a little shinier. It's kind of hard to see it because we're not in a really sunny spot, but yeah, it looks, you can almost see more of the metallic stuff. That's basically the best way I could put it. You can see kind of more of the metallic stuff on the paint overall. So what I want to go over quick is all the little imperfections. All right, so here it is after a couple of hours cleaning it, just with that AMMO stuff. It works really good. Follow the directions, and even a dumbass like me can come out with decent results. It is shiny, shiny, my God. So I'll go around the car, and I'm gonna show you the parts that I feel might need, you know, if the customer or the new potential owner wants to be, you know, Mr. Perfect, well, I can point out some things that he might find flawed, just so that he doesn't, you know, mention it, because the asking price for the car is $70,000. And before you jump down my throat and saying that's too much money, whatever, go ahead and find yourself a GT500 under 9,000 miles, 14 GT500 under 9,000 miles that runs 8.1, and tell me how much that car would cost to build and how much they're selling for in the marketplace stock, like stock under a certain mileage. Anyway, Deep Impact Blue 2014 GT500. It is a Mustang, but it's Mustang GT500. I know there's arguments about that. So I'm going to show you guys the flaws real quick, because after going through the car, I found some. Number one, spider cracks right here. So if you look down, spider cracks, obviously from the bumper moving up and down. This is the attachment point. So that you guys want to be sticklers about that, you can. That's fine by me. Also, this guy right here, got a couple scratches here. Not sure from where, probably from loading it on the trailer or something like that. But that, upon my wiping and inspecting, that's the nice thing about washing the car by hand. You can see every little divot. Another little thing here. Another spider crack on this side. So this is what it looks like from about 6 feet away. Okay. Panels are good. No major deep scratches. If you want to really nitpick, it's got basically normal drag car stuff, nothing out of the ordinary. Emblems look good. It's got S71 bead locks rear. I forget, these are, I think, S77, if I'm not mistaken. I forget, but I really liked how they looked. The 17 by 4, 15 by 10 bead lock. By the way, bead locks are heavier than non-bead locks, just giving you a heads up. It does have a parachute mount. So here's where the parachute mount goes, and here is where the cable comes out of. The rear panel, or the deck lid, has that typical, you know, fading of the clear coat that most of them do. The antenna, I don't know what happened here, but the antenna said bye-bye. So the previous owner, I don't know if he didn't want to pay for a shorty antenna. Who knows? But that's what it looks like, so you guys know. And again, this thing has been 8.1 169. It has a MechMat alternator. I'll show you guys under the hood what's going on there. It's got tint all the way around. We'll talk about the roll cage and everything later on. I haven't done the interior yet, but I don't think I'm going to clean the interior, to be honest with you. Just don't have the time. Okay, where are you? Alright, so we'll do it live. So it's got a 4.5 liter Whipple supercharger with a hogged out Wilson manifold inlet. Okay, Wilson Manifolds went ahead and hogged out the inlet, so much so that the firewall had to be cut in order for that manifold to get in there. Power by the hour took care of the build. The you know, the build process and the build outline was all PBH. Previous owner did a really good job, in my opinion, making this car a, let's just say a, I don't want to say a grudge car, but yeah, he was grudge racing it, Palm Beach International race for a couple of years. But once it got sold, that's when the cage and the chute came in, because the new owner, the previous owner, wanted to race it legally, but he never got the chance to before I bought it. Mike Chamberlain made me a catch can because the Turbo 400 has a pretty loose converter and it gets pretty warm if you drive it on the street. So we put the catch can above, so if in case it did decide to puke out, it wouldn't puke under the car. If it does puke out, it might just puke on the headers, but I'm gonna revise that catch can if I end up keeping the vehicle. Strange single adjustables, stock battery, and this is the other imperfection, if you want to call it that. When I was cutting this guy at Texas 2K, I unfortunately hit that. So that's another little you know, thing that you want to if you want to try to knock me down on price, not going to happen. 70,000, it's firm. If not, I'll just keep the sucker. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the gist of it. Let's go to the trunk. I think it's shiny. I really like how it came out. I really like it how it came out. This has a TIG Vision ice tank, big sucker, probably the biggest one they make. Look at how much of the wheel well it takes up with an EMP programmable pump. TIG Vision roll cage. Let's take a peek at the roll cage. The TIG Vision roll cage, and it's got all this stuff. Okay, it's got swing outs, the 10-point that goes over. This has an air shifter on it, so I have provisions to set up an air shifter for the Turbo 400. Let's see how many miles this thing has. Keys. I'm gonna run it for a bit because I'm gonna run it for a little bit, see if there's anything burning off smoky or anything. It is a drag car, so ABS, traction control, fuel system, all of it, all the lights are on. So 8,443 miles. Again, 8,443.1 miles on the car. It's got the premium sound, the Recaro seats, 6-point Stroud harnesses on both sides. I'm sure it can use a nice healthy detail if you guys want to make it like super perfect, but for what it is, it suits my needs. Also, it's got a TIG Vision ice tank with an EMP pump. Should be kicking ass right now. Yep, there it is. Flowing nicely. Is it flowing? Oh yeah. It's cavitating a little bit. There you go. There you go. It's flowing nicely there. So yeah, got a big TIG Vision ice tank. The biggest one I think they have. I don't know the capacity, but I put like 3 or 4 or 5 pound bags of ice and it doesn't even touch it, so it ends up being mostly water. I do have a rear seat to lead strap. What do we call it? What's it called? The ones that are metal, Scott rod panels. Yeah, I have Scott rod panels for the back. It's still kicking. Yeah. It'll come with a Lund Racing N-Gauge because I'll be honest, I don't need it after this car's gone. Pump's running. This would be for the line lock, which I never use because this thing makes enough power. You just goose it and go, and it makes all the jams it made to do a proper burnout. Got a 4.5 liter Whipple. New alternator. It's got a MechMan alternator, 4.5 inch Whipple. 4.5 inch, 4.5 liter Whipple, Wilson manifolds, ported inlet, and it's cut into the firewall because it's a big honking sucker. Kenny Bell 168 throttle body. Right now it's on a 3.5 pulley, makes about 28-29 psi, 1100 horsepower, 1,000 foot-pounds of torque, 148 millimeter carbon fiber cold air intake. And yeah, that's about it. Hopefully, if you guys know anyone that has interest in a 8-second GT500, hit a brother up. But I'd like to sell this sucker and get me into a ZR1. Thanks for listening, guys. Talk to you later.